there's supposed to be a little compartment here that you can remove. Mine is broken, so it's already gone. But behind it, you'll see 4 10mm bolts. Let's go ahead and remove all 4. With those off, you can take this cup holder piece and just set it aside. And then down here you'll notice 2 clips that hold on this cover. Flip it up and unclip it. And then we go to the side, there will be 2 more like this. And if you just reach straight down the side, there's 1 on each side. To finish removing the cover for the engine, we have to remove both driver's and passenger's knee panels here. They're both held on by some 10mm bolts. There's 1 here, 1 over here. And then you can just pull them straight out, just some push clips. Hold these in. Do the same to the driver's side, and then we'll pull the cover off. Now we can pull this cover off. Be gentle in case you have any wires hanging down there like I do. And we can turn it to the side so we can access our fuel pressure regulator from the driver's seat. So pull this harness a little bit out of the way. This right here is your fuel pressure regulator. It's mounted right onto the fuel rail. First thing you want to do, be very careful because these are usually old and brittle. Mine actually is a new part, so I know I'm good, but these vacuum hoses, they just crumble in your hand once they get old. So set this to the side, and then all that holds this in is this metal clip that goes around. I'm just going to take some pliers and kind of pry it off of where it's locked on. The new regulator comes with a new one, so if you accidentally break it or damage this one, you don't have to worry about it. There you go. Fuel's going to come out a little bit. Take the old one out. This is actually the little filtering screen from the old regulator. You have to take this out if it hasn't come out already. Pull that off with a pick. And another important thing is in the middle here, there will be a little O-ring, also from the old regulator. That has to come off too because your new one comes with a new O-ring. There it is. You don't want to double gasket this, otherwise you will have severe fuel leaks. And the new regulator won't even seat in all the way. So this is what the new one looks like. The little rubber O-ring, the screen, and then the ring on the outside. And now you can take this, press it in all the way, make sure it's bottomed out, then take your brand new locking clip, make sure this is facing up towards the vacuum hose. And then take your new locking clip, make sure that it's facing the right way. As you can see, it has a side that bows out and one that's kind of crimped in a little bit on both sides. And you want to have the crimped side over the regulator and the one that's bowed out over the fuel rail. Slide this down over the regulator and the fuel rail. Make sure it locks into place. Okay, it's locked on this side. It's holding the regulator. It's holding onto the fuel rail. I can feel it that it's doing the same on this side. If I try to move this, it doesn't move. That's perfect. Now you can reconnect the vacuum hose. And there we have it. We can put it all back together. Now take this cover and slide it in all the way. There we go. That just seated itself. You have 2 locking clips here. Latch those on, and then 2 that look identical to these, 1 on each side. Latch those on as well. If your air vent happens to slide out like mine, go ahead and put it back in has two little nubs that it lines up with. And then we can get ready to put the cup holder piece back in, just like so. Had 4 10mm bolts holding this on. Just go ahead and start those, and we'll snug them up. Now snug them all up. And now if you had the little pocket door here, go ahead and put that back. Mine is broken, so I don't have anything to put back. One last thing to do is to put on the knee panels. Let's go ahead and put on the knee panels. The same procedure applies to both drivers and passengers. Line up all the push clips, bonk them into place, and then 2 10mm bolts on the bottom. There you go. Because we had the fuel pressure relieved by disconnecting the fuel pressure regulator, I want to prime the fuel system first, otherwise your engine might crank longer than usual to start, or it might stutter once it starts. So to do that, stick the key in, don't start it, but turn it 1-2 clicks, that's to the on position. Let it sit there for 3 to 4 seconds, shut it back off, turn it back to the on position. Every time you turn it to the on position, the fuel pump runs and creates pressure in the system, and then it'll stop once it reaches the pressure that it wants to reach. And so I'm going to do this 3 times, one last time. This will ensure that it repressurizes the whole system, and then if we start it, it should start right up.